All right, y'all, welcome back to the channel. King Dion. Today, I got a bowl of air fried chicken bites. And I got a bunch of different sauces, mostly barbecue sauce and some garlic powder. And this spicy ass sauce to coat the chicken. And then it becomes saucy chicken bites. And then it becomes dinner. All right, so the base of this is barbecue. So I got some Sweet Baby Ray's. I ain't gonna use too much of the Sweet Baby Ray's, but I will use, or at least attempt to use, vast majority of the Kraft. Now you're probably asking, why are you doing this? Mainly because this is something that I've been thinking about for a while, and something that I've been scared to do, and something that I was like, nah, maybe it's not really important to do it. Because you know how I like just a standard regular way of eating. By the way, the ranch is not a part of the the mixture. This is what I'm scared of. I'm scared of this right here. You know what? Let's just do it. Because worst case scenario, it'd be too much for me. Of course, the best powder known to man, garlic powder. But it's just another one of those things where I'm just trying to make it a little bit more fun, make it a little bit more interesting. So this is the chicken bites with the garlic powder and the sauce and everything. I'm gonna shake it up and we're gonna see what it's looking like. All right. I think that's a good enough coverage. When you guys agree, it's pretty good coverage, don't you think? I think so. So let's plate this up, board this up, however you want to say it, and let's dig in. I'm gonna call this the infamous white cutting board from now on. All right, so this is what we're working with. You know, I got my bevies, I got the Sprite, and I got this. So let's just go in for it. All right. You got some spice. You got a little bit of sweetness. You got a little bit of hickoryness. Team boom. All day. Now, regular chicken nuggets I've come to accept. Just don't work in the air fryer. But chicken bites, they do. I like that. I like that. The flavor that the Bulldog sauce brings is a very well seasoned, spicy kind of like sauce. But I like how the addition of the barbecues and the ketchup and stuff like that helped kind of bring that spice down. Because if it was just a sauce by itself, I'd be over here coughing and. But because of all the other stuff and everything, kind of mutes it a little bit. So it's a spice that I can handle. So this is the spice that I can enjoy. But of course, drinking anything with like acid or whatever in it, carbonation stuff, and you're eating something spicy, it's still diabolical. But I'm glad I did this. Now, most definitely, I see Space goes over there typing right now. This is going to probably have me a special appointment to the bathroom. I don't eat KFC or Wendy's spicy nugs, saucy nugs or whatever. Just do it myself at home. Oh yeah. Now I was gonna just get like a plastic fork or whatever. Eat these like that. Probably pour a little bit of ranch. You know. Matter of fact, this is some Clover Valley classic ranch dressing. I think this is Sam's. I think. I don't know. I don't know. Because she doesn't. My mom don't shop at Rouse's, so that can't be what this is. But I want to say Clover Valley is Rouse's. I don't know. But I was going for a little bit with some ranch. I'm interested to see what the homies got to say about this. Because you know, people got to be hating. But I'm going to tell you this. I'm a foodie, bro. Whether you like it or not. That's what we do over here. I don't know if I like that ranch. Hold up. No, I don't like that ranch. It has a distinct taste that's like different from like ranches that I'm used to. And I can't quite put my finger on what it is. But I don't like it. Me no likey. Let's switch up the drink. And if anybody wondering, this is my usual sugar-free lemonade with an orange Skittle packet. But now that I've finally done this, next time I do this, the spice is gonna be a lot lower and just be more of just like a more tangy, sweet kind of like sauce that I can enjoy better. Team spoon all day, man. And I'm changing the game too. Now, my whole year and 4 or 5 months, or however long it's been, since having my channel and making videos, nobody has not ever, not even Steph, commented on the way that I hold my utensils. In fact, I've even made a mention to it several months back. One of the first videos where I was eating something which required a utensil, and my natural way of holding utensils is like this. I know, like a kid. But I want people to understand that I am capable of also holding it like this. It's just that naturally, I hold it like this. It's just how it was. And the first time I ever noticed that I do this was when I was living with my dad during my high school years. And, you know, he took the family out, me, my stepmom, and step siblings and everything. He took us out to TGI Fridays, I think it was, or some Chinese place or something. I was eating something and I was holding my utensil like this and everything, and all I could do was see from across the table him tap my stepmom and doing like that. And I'm like, what? He's like, why you holding your spoon like that, or whatever the case may be? You know, they laugh and clown and all that kind of stuff. Whatever. But that was the first time I was made aware of this. But this is something I've always been doing. So, I don't know. But I'm surprised nobody's ever like mentioned it. I just find it kind of interesting. I've had people say stuff about me using a spoon before that. So it's like, I'm pretty sure the way I hold my utensil is something that a lot of people pay attention to. And it's, you know, now, I wanted to get like a cool thumbnail with this, where I was in the middle of shaking. I mean, I was in the middle of tossing the chicken bites with the sauce, and that the sauce would kind of, you know, it created like a really cool thumbnail, because my thumbnails are trash. Really, they're non-existent, but obviously the sauce wasn't enough sauce, and it wasn't like liquidy enough, like loose enough, I guess you could say, to make that effect. Plus, I was too scared to do it anyway, because even with the little bit I got, I kind of splashed some of in my face. I didn't want to get my backdrop, you know, stained. So it is what it is. But yeah, man. Oh, that's another thing that made me reminded, because Steph said something when I was eating nachos. One of my last nacho videos, because obviously, pretty much all nacho videos I've done, I've eaten with a fork or something. It's like, who eats nachos with a fork? But that's also something I've been doing. Back in elementary school, not elementary, back in middle school. We used to have like honey buns and like the little donuts in a pack or whatever for breakfast. You know, heat it up and everything. I eat mine with a fork because, as y'all should know by now, I don't like. I don't know. If I'm not eating a pizza or a burger or something or chicken wings, I don't like eating stuff with my bare hands. You know, that's just me. That's why you don't see me eat ribs a lot, even though ribs is one of my favorite foods, because with ribs, you gotta go in. And we ain't talking about those little boneless ribs for the little kids. We talking about grown man ribs with the bone. Because you can't say fall off the bone if there ain't no bone, you know what I'm saying? So, and I like the boneless joints, but I come to understand, at least in my opinion, that the types of protein that holds a bone, right? So if you're eating something like chicken or ribs or something that's part of a bone, like bones with it, those taste way better than the boneless ones because the bone has some kind of special properties that make the cooking process of the meat you're cooking 100 times better. Speaking of boneless, this kind of reminds me of the boneless chicken barbecue chicken that you can get at Walmart Deli. But you want to know what's the funnest thing about having a food channel? The fact that since the beginning of time, I've always been kind of different when it comes to opinions pertaining to food. Other stuff too, but mostly when it comes to food. Like, it's more often that people will probably either sometimes agree with me, but mostly disagree with me, or they just straight up just disagree with me. Like, it's very uncommon or rare to be able to find a good amount of people that actually agree with my opinions about food and stuff. I find it so funny, but fun at the same time because food, like a lot of other stuff, is subjective, right? No, everybody can have an opinion, but nobody can state it as fact. If you say, "Oh, something really greasy like pizza or burgers or something, or like fried chicken is very bad for your health," you know, large quantities of it in a very short amount of time could be very dangerous. That's not an opinion, that's a fact, you know. But saying pizza sucks, chicken is better or something like that, that's an opinion. You can't prove that with any kind of sense of, you know, there's no studies or anything that you could do to suggest that. You could say one is probably a little bit more popular than the other through surveys and things like that. But even then, opinions and taste buds and stuff change all the time. Pizza wasn't always my favorite food. Hamburgers wasn't even nowhere on the radar like that for me. You know, hot dogs was my favorite food as a kid. My favorite breakfast, like, item to eat was grits. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to like ramen noodles and Hot Pockets. I still think fish sticks are abominations, right? So That's the whole point I'm trying to make. So it's just fun to me, you know. It's cool because I know that my some of my taste buds will speak and formulate opinions that not everybody's gonna coincide with, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So starting to feel the tingling effects. I know Steph is screaming at her phone or her tablet or whatever she's watching this on, as well as other people. Stop using the spoon, just pick it up with your hands. I'm team spoon, but I'll use a fork before I use my hands. I couldn't even tell you why I prefer spoons over forks, right? Because different utensils exist for a reason. Like a spoon is more meant for soups and certain things where it has like the little cup bowl like thing, and you can hold stuff. A fork is more for like sticking things and being able to pick it up that way. It's better for like twirling for like noodles and stuff. Spoons ideal for ice cream. Fork is more ideal for like spaghetti and to pick up a cut of steak and eat it. But this is what I'm gonna start doing. If a regular size spoon or whatever is not big enough to be able to pick up certain things, I'll use this. I bet you I can still pick up some spaghetti with this and still eat it. Team spoon all day. That's how we rocking. Shout out to the Jeets. You know what's up. By the way, Steph had brought this to my attention the other day. T Dot been kind of missing in action a little bit. If you're watching this, bro, or if word gets around, I hope you're all right. I hope maybe I just hope it's not nothing serious. That's all I'll say. I'm not gonna try to dictate or navigate your life and what you got going on, but I just hope that everything's okay. She was also impressed with the Jeets because, you know, boy was your boy was a more every now and then every chance he probably got type of like commenter. And he's definitely been coming around a lot more. Been showing up a lot more. I'm loving it. I'm always down for it. So shout out to the Jeets. Shout out to my little bro Israel. His birthday was the other day. 19. Oh, that one had a lot of sauce on it. I think I'm gonna close it here. Oh man, video getting way too long. That's another thing. I'm trying to keep my videos from getting super long. I don't like making super long videos no more because I just feel like I'll never have enough time to be able to relax and do other stuff and like edit and all the other kind of stuff. So with making more shorter, manageable videos, like I say a cap of 20 minutes, non-edited obviously, I'm good with that. Maybe 21, 22, but that's 27 minutes. So yeah, we gotta close this one out. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna close this one out. I got finished watching the last 2 episodes of Squid Game season 3. Let y'all know how I feel about that. And yeah, man, that's gonna be a wrap. So that's gonna be it for this video. I love y'all and appreciate y'all. Until next time, peace out. A King Dio production.